We're turning back to our youth outreach theme. Today, Workforce Ready, Preparing the Next Generation of Professionals. So our next presentation continues our work in the area of youth outreach. And two very important groups advancing this in our industry include SkillsUSA, a partnership of students, teachers, and industry working together to ensure America has a skilled workforce, very, very important. And of course, NCCER, a nonprofit education foundation created to develop standardized construction and maintenance curricula and assessments with portable industry recognized credentials. Of course, many of us in CII are actively involved in both SkillsUSA and NCCER. And certainly, we all know and appreciate the importance of a well-educated and productive professional and craft workforce, particularly as we look about what's going to happen in North America over the next few years. So we have three presenters today. Kayla O Farrell, a recent graduate of the electrical program at Plymouth Smith High School in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and a national officer in SkillsUSA. Holley Thomas, I believe Holley's been with us before. Holley's a certified structural welder for KBR and the first woman welder to have taken top honors in welding in the 60-year history of the ABC Craft Championships. And Ashley Webel. Ashley is a certified welding inspector for Roman Engineering Services and past competitor in SkillsUSA welding and fabrication competition. All of these presenters are fresh new faces for our industry, so let's give them a big welcome.
Good morning. My name is Ashley Webel, and as he said, I am a certified welding inspector with Roman Engineering Services. I am here today to moderate an important discussion about how the industry can engage the younger generation. I am joined by two very impressive young women who are here to share their firsthand insights. Thank you. Their firsthand insights and experiences from both education and the industry. Kayla O Farrell is the 2013 Region 1 Vice President of SkillsUSA and is also a graduate of the electrical program at Plymouth South High School in Massachusetts. Holley Thomas is a welder with KBR and the first female winner of the Associated Builders and Contractors National Craft Championship for welding. Absolutely. Now, as a past presenter here at CII, I am excited to be returning this year as a moderator to continue to share the young professional perspective on what industry can do to bring more people like us into construction. So Holley, how do you think we can attract young people into the construction industry?
When I was in high school, adults were always asking me, what are you going to do when you graduate? I didn't know. So I would say, I'm going to enroll in a four-year university and I'll decide my major when I get there. This would normally deter them from the conversation, which was my goal from the start, pretty much. So, and my parents were always pushing me to strive to go towards a four-year university and continue my education through a four-year university. Guidance counselors and teachers pushed this tremendously as well. So naturally, whenever I graduated from high school, I enrolled in a four-year university, my major, undeclared. It didn't take me long to realize that a four-year college was not for me. About the same time, I realized that I cheated myself by not exploring my career opportunities before I enrolled in the college. When I think about it, I don't remember my high school having career fairs or expos for me to go and get the secondhand or the firsthand knowledge of what careers were available for me. It wasn't until the end of one unsuccessful year at Mississippi State University that I began to explore my opportunities. All that being said, getting the attention of young adults is going to take something more creative than sending a corporate executive to deliver a speech about the value of a career in construction. In this day and age, it's okay to be aggressive. Use technology, career exploration camps and expos, offering hands-on activities that pertain to different crafts in the field, and connect them with young craft professionals who have walked the path before them. I didn't know I liked welding until I tried it.
You know, Holly, I felt very, very similar to you. I didn't have any inclination that I would end up with a welding career until I actually tried it, and now I really couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. I love it, absolutely love it. So, Kayla, how about you? What do you think we can do to attract more young people to the construction industry?
Like Holly, I had no idea I was going to like electrical. I was afforded the privilege of going through an exploratory program in my school. So you spent a week in each of the 13 shops. Electrical was last on my list for exploratory and last on my list for what I wanted to do. I thought I was going to get shocked. I thought, I can't lift things. I'm just not going to like it. Well, to my surprise, I fell in love with it and it moved to the first of my list. Luckily, I made it into the program, and here I am 4 years later, still loving what I do. So I feel like you can attract students by offering exploratory programs because you never know what something is like until you actually get hands-on into it. You can never explain what a trade is until you actually go into it and practice it. I feel that having a real person share their experience is also very impactful because seeing someone who's gone through it before, seeing someone who's already done it is extremely motivating. It was extremely motivating to myself.
You know, those are very interesting experiences, and as a young person who found my way into the industry accidentally, you know, mine were very similar. That being said, Holly, what do you think surprised you the most about the construction industry?
Well, I was nervous as ever my first day on the job. My title, iron worker helper. I had no clue what this meant, let alone what tasks they did in the day or how to perform those tasks successfully throughout the day. All I knew was that I had a strong background in welding and fabrication, and I knew that I had the determination to do my best at every task, every day. I was surprised to learn how much training is offered on a job site. I studied the proper way to do tasks by reading in the books and then using that knowledge in hands-on activities in the field. It wasn't long before I had moved up to a structural welder, a journeyman structural welder. My biggest amazement at that time was that I returned home most days of the week fairly clean. It wasn't the dirty, grungy atmosphere that I had imagined. Now, don't get me wrong. I definitely had my days where I was so dirty I did not want to get in my car. But for the most part, it was a fairly clean environment. I was also surprised at the sheer volume of workers on a job site. All of which I have encountered have been extremely polite and professional. And it is a very team-oriented atmosphere where everyone is willing to pitch in and give a helping hand to complete a task.
And Kayla, what do you think surprised you the most about your career and technical education program?
There were many things, but three really stick out in my mind. The first was the professionalism and how seriously these artisans took their craft. Second was the knowledge of mathematics, literacy, and technical terms that were needed to be a successful person working in a construction field. Construction programs and careers are more than physical labor. They require an immense amount of knowledge as well. And finally, that I could be a part of this industry, that surprised me the most. Females, males, anyone willing to get their hands in and work is welcome as a part of a growing, thriving, and vital industry.
You know, I can relate to all of that too. I found that I was very surprised at the knowledge requirements and how sophisticated these training facilities really were. I know when I first enrolled in my CTE program in Washtenaw Community College in Ann Arbor, you know, when they directed me to the classroom, it turned out it was a 10,000 square foot shop where anything you could imagine, you can build it. And I think that's one of the things that really attracted me to the industry and that program. So what do you think are the most attractive qualities of a career in construction, Holly?
Well, working in construction has afforded me numerous opportunities. I've traveled the country. I've met different people on job sites, experienced different cultures. And I have a small group of friends I've found in several different states that I still talk to this day. More importantly, my career in construction taught me valuable life skills. Working with different people on different job sites taught me great communication skills, how to manage change effectively, and how to be a creative problem solver.
Kayla, and what do you think attracted you to continue your CTE program after you first started?
Well, among the things I previously spoke about, there are innumerable amount of things. There are a lot of pathways for every interest. There really is something for everyone. These pathways motivate you to succeed. They show you the dignity of hard work. They motivate you to challenge yourself not only physically, but mentally as well. After joining a CTE program, I became a better academic student because I was motivated to go to school and try my best. And it's funny because the math in my CTE programs was years above what the math level was in my academic classes. Regardless of your sex, they show you that you are welcome as a part of a vital and thriving industry that is needed in our country and around the world. And finally, you can be involved in career and technical student organizations like SkillsUSA, where you can challenge yourself to compete in hands-on competition, as well as learning vital professional skills while traveling and networking, all while you're in high school or in a technical college.
I think I agree with all of that. I think once young people get some firsthand exposure to what construction careers actually have to offer, I think it's pretty easy to get them hooked. I know I was personally. And Holley, what has been your favorite aspect of being in the construction industry as a welder?
My favorite aspect has definitely been being able to be a part of a team that brainstorms and uses our hands to build something that will benefit others, whether it's the bridge that you're driving over, or the car that you're driving over that bridge, or the awning that's covering you on the patio of the restaurant that you're eating. I've been on a team that has brainstormed and built that. More importantly, I get to step back at the end of the day and look at what we've completed that day and realize that I was a part of that team. I was a part and played a key role in the successful completion of that task. And on a broader scale, at the end of a job site, I get to look back at that whole project and point out places that I worked, components that I welded together. You know, I made a weld that's holding 5,000 pounds over here, and it gives you an awarding sense of achievement to be able to look back and know that you played an integral part in the successful completion of that project.
I think that feeling of achievement is very important for a young person to stay involved. So Kayla, what do you think your favorite aspect of being in a CTE program and being involved with an organization like SkillsUSA is?
I'd say my favorite aspect of this was being given the chance to challenge myself and grow to my fullest potential and then exceed that. I was given the chance to do this through learning intense and involved electrical code, having to move objects bigger than myself sometimes, and finally being able to be a part of SkillsUSA. I can say, honestly, 4 years ago, I would not be able to talk to a fraction of this room. And now through my CTE experience and through SkillsUSA, I'm able to address you. And I think that's very empowering and very motivating. It would not be possible without the construction fields and without career and technical education.
You know, I think that point you just hit right there, empowerment. You know, once you feel that you can do something, you are empowered to continue in that kind of a program. So what are some of the things you think most people don't know about construction, Holley?
I think the most common misperception about construction is that it's a dirty, grungy atmosphere and you work around a bunch of old men. Truth be told, it's not so dirty most of the time, and the men aren't really that old. And this may be hard to fathom for some, but there's been a lot of days on the job site where I felt safer doing my task on the job site because we implement safety so much than I did maybe driving my car to work that morning. I think that is a common misperception of the industry. Also, the opportunities for advancement are endless as long as you possess determination and perseverance.
So Kayla, what do you think most people don't know about the SkillsUSA organization and alike?
I feel a lot of people don't know about SkillsUSA as a whole. I've had so many experiences where I've been traveling and people see the logo on my shirt and say, what is that? Well, we are a 300,000 student member organization that spans the entire country. We teach leadership and employability skills and go along with school curriculums to enrich students' education experience. Most people just don't know about the opportunities career and technical education can provide you. We have 300,000 jobs in our country open. We don't have skilled people to fill them. That is astounding. We need people to fill jobs. There are employers like my father who cannot find people to go work for him. We need to change that. And SkillsUSA, NCCER, and conferences like this are really aiming to change that. So I feel like people really aren't educated about what opportunities the construction fields can offer you.
So considering some of those key misconceptions you both just mentioned, how can we do a better job getting the word out to young people about the great opportunities within craft professions?
Well, this industry as a whole really needs to play a stronger role in career fairs, internet marketing, and educating parents, teachers, and counselors about the opportunities available in the construction industry. At career fairs, we need to have booths manned by young craft professionals highlighting key points in their career. They also need to be willing to share personal success stories along with their first experiences in the field and how they overcame society's outlook of blue-collar jobs in general. The internet is possibly our most valuable tool for spreading this information. Young people are constantly connected to technology through smartphones and on the internet. We must seek out popular avenues utilized by the target audience and advertise accordingly. This could range from target banner advertising to smartphone applications or even to social media such as Facebook and Twitter. Educating parents, teachers, and counselors is paramount in the overall success in the industry. In my early technical college days, I quickly learned that little to no focus was placed on technical careers. Everybody pushed towards a four-year degree, being doctors, lawyers, or such. I quickly learned in my technical community college that I attended that little to no focus was placed on the welding program, and sadly, it even extended to one counselor on campus that didn't even know a welding program existed there.
And Kayla, being a young craft professional, how would you suggest we can better get the word out to young people?
Well, we have a lot of resources at our fingertips. Like Holley said, we have social media, we have guidance counselors, we have teachers, we have parents. We need to get them involved, and we need to get them to know about just what the construction fields are and what we do is. We have a lot of CTE high schools and career and technical student organizations with students who are ready to get involved. They want to do something, they want to make change. So we should each challenge ourselves to get the word out, talk about what we do. Go on the internet. It's as simple as Googling what SkillsUSA is and sharing it with a friend. We really need to get the word out. We need to get construction industry more involved to share the message and each play our part in getting the great organizations like SkillsUSA and the amazing career pathways and opportunities that the construction fields offer out to the public.
So it looks like we have a lot of work to do as far as spreading the message about construction careers. What did you personally gain from your apprenticeship program, Holley?
Most of the skills I gained, I learned in a technical college setting. Since I've moved up to a journeyman welder on site, I've been able to fine-tune those skills and attend training where I've learned different welding processes and how to weld different alloys of metals. Also, I learned the value of hard work, doing a task correctly on the first attempt, and how to be a role model and help others succeed in the industry. I believe that my most valuable asset that I've gained in the training program is my mentor, Dr. Mitty Cannon. Her company sponsored the training program that I attended. I met her while I was in school, and she is still my mentor to this day, and that was 7 years ago. She has played an integral role in my career by directing me down the right path, offering advice, and most importantly, being a listening ear whenever I had questions about problems I had on a job site. I think if more of the young people entering the industry today had highly engaged mentors like I do, we would have more success stories to talk about.
And Kayla, what do you think was the most influential part of your CTE program?
I think the most influential part was gaining the confidence to set and reach goals, gaining the knowledge to become a skilled professional, the strength to be a female in a non-traditional career pathway, 4 unforgettable years in SkillsUSA, where I learned to speak publicly, travel, and network, skills that you just don't gain in a traditional classroom. And finally, a set of indispensable skills to take with me into my future endeavors.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you. I would like to thank both of you for sharing your thoughts and insights on the construction industry, as well as the courage as it takes to get up here and speak, as we all know. We hope all of you have gained some valuable information and insight on what we all can do to help recruit the future of our industry. Thank you all for joining us this morning, and I think we have just a few minutes to open the floor to comments or questions for the audience. Any questions or anything? Well, that is okay. If anybody has anything they would like to personally ask or address us, we will be in the Meet the VIPs area, and please visit our friends at the NCCER table and the simulator area before you leave today, and we thank you for your attention.